Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Centennial Customs. In this video, I'm actually pretty excited about this. We're going to get some Boxsides made. I mentioned in previous videos to get reproduction Boxsides here are just crazy out of budget. So I went to my local metal supplier, got some 14 gauge bent up, and we're going to get right into this video. Let's get these old Boxsides off and let's start making these ones from scratch. Okay, here is what is going to be my new sheet metal panel. Like I said, it's 14 gauge. I got an inch bent at the bottom, 90 degrees to the inside of the bed. And then these I got bent to, I think it was 65 degrees. So they should come out, when standing upright, should come out about 25 degrees. So let's throw the old bedside on top of this one and see how they compare. Okay, we got our old bedside on top of our new bedside. Just a little comparison. You can see actually how twisted this old one was, and this is my good side. My other side is twisted much worse. But if I could get the sides to line up, then the top won't line up. But that's okay, because the new ones I know are not twisted. You can see I got them a few inches longer. I think it was about 2 inches longer. That's just so I could get past this hitch. You can see I'm pretty flush with the hitch, but I want the hitch to be recessed in behind the license plate, so you won't ever see it, but I could flip up my license plate and then use the hitch if I ever need it. So back to these panels. You can obviously tell I got no top round bar here. That is that piping on the floor. I'll have to weld that along the top, and then no stake pockets. These stake pockets were a little bit out of budget. They're more money than I was hoping. And they're really all in decent shape, other than this one's a little caved in down here, so I'll have to hammer out. Otherwise, they just need to be drilled out and cleaned up and transferred to the new ones. Okay, we got both stake pockets off. This one had some old school farm repairs where it's all welded up here. Bit more work to get it off, and I'll have to clean it all up and everything, get that chewed corner out of there. Overall, that will fit there. This side will fit here. They actually fit the angle right, so that's good news. Lots of hammer dolly work, clean this all up, clean it up on the inside and outside. Get some primer in there, and then we'll be back. Okay, I got these cleaned up. They came out really nice. The back side I cleaned up the best I could, hit it with some weld through primer here, and then here I have primer and some old undercoating stuff I had left over, just to coat it up, make sure it doesn't rust anymore. So these are good to go. However, I haven't done anything with these yet, so I want to clean these up and then transfer some marks from that one to this one. Okay, I got this bedside stripped down on both sides, the bare metal, got all the mill scale off, all the rust and whatnot. If anyone has tips to get the mill scale off faster, let me know in the comments, because this took me like 2 hours. But it's done. So we'll take this old bedside, we're going to lay it on top. I got some holes at the front there I want to transfer over for the front bed panel. And then there's a notch in the back that I need to transfer over for that. I'll get that cut and get this panel ready for my stake pockets. Got this relief cut here. So got these stake pockets clamped into place, and the only issue I'm seeing is that this pull, it kind of sits in the stake pocket, I don't know, probably 1/4 inch too low. I kind of want that to be up there to make my life easier to weld this to there. I could weld it down and then hammer this edge around and weld it, which is a good option, and then I'll have less of a gap here. You could tell on the factory ones there's always been a gap. This one's kind of bent up, so one's worse than usual, but there's always been a gap. So I'm not too worried about making it perfect, and also I could easily make a filler panel. I'm kind of thinking if I brought this out, a filler panel would be pretty easy to build into there. Just don't know which way is going to be the easiest way for me. But I am happy with the stake pockets, so I'm going to get these tacked into place to begin with, and then we'll start worrying about the pipe. Okay, I got the stake pockets just tacked on. I just wanted to get a visual, so I just threw it up here. It looked like a super long box, so I just tossed the fender up there. Nothing's mounted, you know, sketchy ratchet strap holding it together. A little longer than ideally would like here, longer than these trucks are from factory, but that comes into play with moving the fender forward for the wheelbase issue, and then I wanted that extra inch or two so we can clear the hitch. If you're noticing, this top edge isn't that crisp because I dropped it, but that's okay, we'll bend that back. I don't know what I want to do next here. I think I'm going to start working on that piping at the top. I got to get the pipe cleaned up, and then I'm going to test fit it up here and see what really fits or looks the best. Now since my pipe's all cleaned up, what I've done is just clamp it to some square tubing because I want to find a straight edge of it. So I'm going to hit it with my big black marker here, and then I'll do a scribe line as well to get a nice crisp clean line on the piping. Okay, now I got a dead straight line all the way across end to end. Okay, I decided to 45 the ends, so then when it'll come across this way, and then it'll 45 down, and then that way it will roll itself into the front bed panel or the tailgate. How I'm getting this radius is I just cut a piece of paper at 45. The center line that I was going to use to weld, I'll have to remake that line, but going off the center line, just took that, wrapped it around, did it the other way as well. So I got my center line so that both 45s will be straight to each other, and I'll just cut this and then we'll throw it up there. We'll see how it looks. Okay, the last time I filmed I was cutting the 45s. I got them wrapped up here. You can see that it will flow nicely into the round bar of the front bed panel, and it'll be the same on the back side from the tailgate. So here's the old side, open hole, flat. New side will come back in nicely. I got to trim up this a little bit, and then I'll have to still weld this fully. This bar is just tacked into place for now. I just kind of wanted to just threw it up there just to see how it looks, and I'm actually really happy with it. So we got lots of welding to do on this side, and then we got a whole another side to do, so let's just get moving after it. These bed sides are taking a lot longer. To be 100% honest, these 45s are kind of kicking my ass. I cut the front 45 like perfect. The back 45 I did not cut perfect, and then I decided, oh, I'll just grind it, sand it, and then I was too short. I was into this bed, or into this stake pocket here, so then I had to cut the pipe in half and then lengthen it. Whatever, we figured it out. We're figuring it out on this first side. We'll get it all done, and then hopefully the second side goes quicker. So let's just get some work done here. Okay, we got that welded, grinded, sanded. This came out really nice. I'm actually kind of impressed by myself on this one. See, it's all molded into one piece. Came around the corner here. This will be where this is the tailgate end. So then the tailgate will come out that way. It came out really nice and flat. I don't feel any warpage or anything. You'll need a little bit of filler along the weld, but very minimal. Really happy with that. So now I'm going to flip the piece over and do some more welding in this gap here, and then I'm going to have to try to build something to make that look right. Okay, I finished welding up all these gaps and everything. For this gap, I'm going to get some rod that is the same diameter as these lips, and I'm just going to weld them from the inside to the post, and then some sheet metal around. I do not have this rod, so I'm going to have to order some, and it'll be a later thing. So this bedside for now is done. I mean, I still got to make some relief cuts here for my suspension and stuff, but I'll do that once it's on the truck. So for now, I'm going to start on the next bedside, and I got to get those stake pockets off that one and clean those up, and then I got to clean up the new metal and do everything I've done on this one all over again. So we're just going to pound that one out, and alright, I'm back building the second one here. I guess who messed up again? You can see I'm just about to weld this bedside to the rail here, and I thought, maybe I should compare it to the other side just to make sure they're perfect. This side nice and perfect, coming along. This side shorter than this side. Took some measurements and everything. Like the bedside itself is perfect. It's just essentially this rail. I didn't stick it out far enough. You can see on this side it just sticks a little bit past, and this side it doesn't. So whatever, I'm gonna have to chop it somewhere and then just lengthen this pipe again, which kind of sucks because this one I actually nailed both 45s on both sides. This pipe is all nice in one piece, unlike this one I had to section a little bit in there. Not a big deal, just more work, you know. Should have paid attention more, but it is what it is. We'll get it all wrapped up here, and I'll finish up this second side, and then we'll get back to filming. Okay, I wanted to make sure that I didn't screw it up again, so I went ahead and assembled a box here on the floor, and everything's just kind of clamped together, but it looks good. I'm really excited about this. So here's the new front bed panel. You can kind of see what I'm talking about, that this bar now will flow across and flow into this. This is the finished side. You know, it's nice and straight across. It's got some good flow. Now this is the good side here. Here's the tailgate in. Yeah, so now I've got that nice bar coming down right across the tailgate. Just got this side I had to cut off, clamped in. So nice clean finish. Got that sill plate in there underneath. Yeah, I'm really happy how this looks. And you know, these 45s have been kind of kicking my ass, but that's worth it like that. I just added some character, nice and clean, right across. You know, it's still gonna look like a 50s truck, but if you know these trucks well enough, you'll know it's custom. All right, now back to welding that side up. Check this out. Oh, she looks good. I have my new bed panel on here, so now it's no longer touching the box. I got a nice gap there, and I had to throw the fender up just because without the fender, this thing just looks like the longest box ever. And it's actually only 1.5 inches longer than the original short box. Super happy how this turned out. Had to throw the tailgate up there because I just love that. That looks pretty clean. You can see how long this side looks. It's just sitting on some 4x4s on the front. Actually, that side fell out. The back, originally I said I want to leave the hitch, and I'm going to, and it seems like this thing's just made for it. I guess I measured right. The sill panel has a nice little cutout, and it's just sitting on the hitch. So underneath, I'll just have to notch a little bit here just so I could get to the hitch. And that's totally okay with me because I'm going to go probably like a roll pan down, cover up the hitch totally, and then this will be my license plate box area. The license plate will flip up, slide the receiver in. I mean, everybody keeps asking me and like, why do you want the hitch on there? And it's like, it's a 50s truck. How often do you get passed on the highway with a 50s truck towing something? I think that'd be just totally badass. Just, I don't think I've said any numbers yet, but like I originally said, each box side for me to get here was $980, somewhere around there, per side, plus shipping, and there would be reproduction. You know, I'm sure they would fit half decent, but I'd still want to go the extra little bit and add these corners. I'm into these box sides for $220 for both of them, so $110 each per box side. Now I had to reuse the stake pockets. Those are off my original box sides that are pretty beat up, but that's okay. Like they cleaned up perfectly fine. I'm really happy with that. If I had to buy those, it would definitely add up because those are almost $200 a piece. So I'm happy I had those. You know, the original box sides came with the cab I bought. They're obviously beat up, but you know, they saved me a lot of money on this part. So for $220 to have nice, clean, straight, brand new metal, and then I was able to do some custom stuff to it. All right, I'm gonna lift it up here, and I got to do some finishing welding around this seam here. I only have these kind of tacked in, and then I bought some pipe. I want to extend these up into the round bar more. Not that many people will see them because this thing is on air ride and it'll be low, but it'll just finish it off and make it look cleaner, and we're already here. We might as well make it look as nice as we can, right? Okay, I cut out these little 1-inch piece of piping, and my plan is just to tack that in there. Hopefully you guys can see that, and we'll build off that. This is just a little tiny piece of some 18 gauge. Stick it in my magnet, stick between my two pieces that I just welded in there. Fill that little gap in. Alright, we wrapped up this. Turned out pretty good. Got the sides welded in, got it cleaned up. Take a little bit of filler work. I haven't done this one yet, or the other side. You can tell it's nice and open. Looks a lot more finished. So I'm going to go ahead and do the front one and the other side probably tomorrow. But I want to get this video out here for you guys. So we're going to wrap it up here. If you made it to the end of the video, 1, I appreciate you. 2, make sure you hit subscribe. And leave me a comment. Comments and likes and everything, they help engagement and get the video out there to more people. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you're liking about the build, what you don't like, whatever, about the channel, video, anything helps. Even just say, hey, what's up? Thanks for watching.